or we've learned about the self-assessment. We looked at a sliding scale. We can either do numeric, we can do a stoplight. It tells us where we're at and what we need to work on. The next one on my list is a 360 assessment. And you explain that that's those in my peripherals, essentially, including my peers, outside of the organization, inside, leadership. Explain what a 360 is.
Well, first of all, you need some sort of numeric evaluation in a 360 if you want it to be statistically valid. So a 5-point Likert scale or a 6-point Likert scale. Some people go to a 7-point. You also can have an anchored scale. Sometimes we use that when we work with CEO pulses. And so each rating has its own individual descriptor.
Got it.
So there are a variety of 360s. We like to say at Executive Core that we're IP agnostic,
Okay.
except we haven't found any great measures of psychological safety. And we've been studying predictors of executive success for a really long time.
Sure.
So it's not unusual for us to use our trademark validated PSLOI. The PSLOI stands for psychological safety and the languages of influence. And it just so nicely wraps into the things that we know accelerate leaders.
Right.
And if they don't attend to them, that they typically derail. You want to have multiple scales that you're looking at. Mm-hmm. And your self-score is also, or your self-assessment is also a really important variable.
And it's compared, right?
It's compared, yeah. So when we see leaders who are derailing, they typically rate themselves statistically higher than everybody else. When we see solid performers or average performers or maybe people who are stuck in their role, it is not unusual for us to see that they rate themselves a standard deviation lower than everybody else. And this really kind of lends credence to the imposter syndrome. Sometimes you're a high performer, but you're the one standing in your way. And then the third category, and these are our fast trackers. These are people who are getting promoted faster than other people. They typically rate themselves very similarly, maybe a little bit tougher, but it's not statistically valid, but they rate themselves about the same as everybody else. And their scores tend to be trending on the higher end of the scale. Not every organization rates the same way. Some organizations are really tough raters, especially when they're successful. And some organizations, like the Army, might surprise you. They tend to be pretty gracious raters. They rate people statistically higher. I worked with a credit card company that most of us carry in our wallet, and they tended to rate higher than most of my other organizations. So there are also cultural norms that go into this. And you really need a good thought partner that will help you separate fact from fiction, will help you uncover any kind of rater bias that might be going on that's skewing your results so that you can get a really accurate look in the mirror. And when there's dissonance between how you see yourself and how other people see you, there's usually an epiphany in there.
And that's what the 360 is designed
to do,
to give us.
Perfect.
So don't be afraid of it.
That's right.
So don't be afraid to measure.
That's right.
Awesome.